Hi, I'm Andrew with CosIQ. On this video, we're going to cover how you can use CosIQ's CSV upload tool to enrich your nonprofit record information. For example, you can use the CSV upload tool to enrich your nonprofit prospect or client CRM data, or you can use the tool to help augment list of conference or webinar attendees to make those lists more actionable. Please note the CSV upload tool is available for CosIQ's Pro and Enterprise customers. To access the CSV upload tool, you'll do so right from your dashboard homepage. On the left of the screen, under Tools and Options, you'll see an Upload Spreadsheet to Create List link. I'm going to select that now. Now we're prompted to select the CSV file that we want to load into CosIQ for matching. Please note, this tool is only designed to work with CSV file formats as well as files that are under 2.5 megabytes, or about 10,000 records of information. I'm going to go ahead and select a sample file to work with here today. And then I'll click this blue upload file to bring the file into CosIQ. Now I'm in the mapping stage. So this is where we're mapping columns of data from our uploaded file to corresponding fields in CosIQ to help find the corresponding organization matches. I have 3 columns in front of me now. I have my spreadsheet columns, the mapped fields, and then CosIQ also provides a few examples. You can see here, when we're mapping fields in CosIQ with this process, we can map to CosIQ's organization name, EIN, city, state, zip code. The website URL will pull out the domain for matching. And if we upload a list that includes email addresses, we can also use the email address to pull out the domain to help identify the corresponding organization match. For my spreadsheet columns here, the first one here is an ID. So think of this as your unique CRM identifier. CosIQ customers will include this type of information in their uploaded files because when we go through the enrichment process, we can include any of the original column data in that augmented report. So if we include the unique CRM identifier here, and we include it in the enrich report, the data loading process back to our systems is super seamless. Of course, though, CosIQ will not have a corresponding field to map to this spreadsheet column ID, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that no corresponding field. For my spreadsheet column name, I'm going to go ahead and map that to CosIQ's organization name. State will go to state. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start the matching process by getting into the matching step. So within the matching step of this process, you can see here, CosIQ will have 3 different tabs up top. I have an unmatched tab, a tab for ignored records, and then anything that has been matched will move over to matched. So this list only contains 41 records. So if I wanted to manually go through this and select all these blue links to create the matches, I could. However, customers will do this for hundreds or thousands of records. So that would get pretty tedious. We do have a bulk auto match feature here on the right of the page. So if I select that option, CosIQ will now prompt me to select an auto match type. So this will be dependent on the fields that I mapped in the previous step. So the CosIQ matching algorithm will always be displayed there. But if you remember, I did map to CosIQ's organization name. So if I want to run an exact name match for the auto match, I do have that option. If I included an EIN as a field mapped in that previous step, I could also run an exact EIN match. In this instance, I'm going to start with CosIQ's matching algorithm. It's the most robust of our matching algorithms, really aimed to eliminate false positive matches. So I'll go ahead and start the auto match process now. You can see here, we do provide a progress bar that will let you know the status of the match and then once it's complete. So the auto match is now done. I was able to auto match 36 of the 41 records. If I come back to unmatched, I can still find corresponding matches a few different ways. So from these 5 unmatched records, on the right side, I'll have a couple different options under the auto match that's selected here. Recommended will show up to 5 good fit matches that failed the auto match just somewhere through the algorithm. So for example, my uploaded record for International Foundation for Electoral Systems, I had in the District of Columbia. CosIQ is providing a recommended match for this International Foundation for Electoral Systems located in Arlington. So I'm pretty confident these are the exact same records. My uploaded record just had the wrong location. So let's go ahead and link these up. You'll also notice you can search CauseIQ's entire database here. And then if you need to ignore a record for whatever reason, maybe they're no longer in existence, maybe they're a for-profit corporation, you can select ignore and then hit thumbs down, and CauseIQ will move that record over to ignored. The system does constantly save this process as well. So if you go through the auto match and you have a few hundred to manually match, you can always pick up right where you left off from the list profile. Let's go ahead and we'll work with these 37 records that we matched. So what we need to do now is get to the list profile by clicking this back to list profile button here on the right. And then from our dashboard page, you'll see we're in a list section under uploaded from CSV spreadsheet. So within here, I have this blue button to select open a new search interface. Open list and search interface, excuse me. And what you can see is CauseIQ has opened up our organization search with one filter added. The filter that we're using is called My Save Lists with the name of the list that we just created with the CSV upload tool. From here, what I need to do is utilize our export tool to generate the enriched file. So I'm going to click the export button to access the export wizard. First step is to tell CauseIQ what type of export that I want to run. So if I just want to enrich the records with new organization data, financials, locations, descriptive information, I'll choose organization details. If I want to add contact information to the list of records that I uploaded and matched, I'll choose personnel with organization details. For this, let's go ahead and just do an organization details export for enrichment. If I want to remember the data that I am including in this augmented report today, I can always give a name to this enriched report by selecting this text box and entering an appropriate name. Now is the column step. So this is where I will tell CauseIQ the data that I want to include in my enriched report. Since we're running this report with a list created with the CSV upload tool, I'll now have a section to include any of the original columns from the uploaded spreadsheet. So if I was doing this with a list of CRM record information and I included that unique identifier in the uploaded file, I can check off that ID here. And now that will be included in my new enriched report. Organization detail columns is where you can choose any of the available CauseIQ data that you want to add to the file. So I'll come to change columns here. You can choose the fields you want here on the left and move them over. So for example, if I want to add the CPA firm that's signing off on the organization's 990 that I matched to my list, I'll go ahead and add the tax preparer firm field. Now I just need to confirm my selections. Once this looks good, I'll hit create spreadsheet here on the right. Again, you'll notice that we are including that unique identifier from the uploaded CSV file in the report. So I'll create the spreadsheet, the system will process it, and then I can download the file now in-app. I hope you found this video helpful. If the CauseIQ team can help in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out.